Hello and welcome to this video on how to prune your bonsai at the end of winter. This pruning is important as it sets your bonsai up for spring and the growth that occurs. As winter ends, the bonsai world wakes up. It is the start of the spring rush, but thankfully it does start somewhat slowly. The first task occurs at the end of winter, where you begin pruning away large, prevalent, unwanted and other growth. The reason you do this in winter is twofold. First, we have the fact that the tree is bare and dormant. The second is that with spring starting, the tree will grow and recover. Starting with why winter, the bonsai are either completely dormant or in a very low activity state in winter. This is important when you want to remove large branches or more growth than is generally a good idea. There is also the fact that many trees, and especially deciduous trees, are bare of leaves. It makes choosing and cutting branches much easier. You can see which branches are there and which are needed in the wrong place or otherwise not wanted. As the sap does not run through the cambium, it's also brittle. This means to a certain extent you can cut it more easily. The lack of sap makes the branches somewhat brittle. The brittle branches will snap rather than gradually bend, compress and eventually break or tear. With good sharp scissors or a blade, it will cut easily. These are the practical reasons for winter. Now for the benefits of doing it at the end of winter. It really shows during spring. The cuts you make in late winter will generally be quite large. This is a challenge. Large cuts create openings for pathogens, look unsightly and affect growth. In spring, the tree grows quickly. That quick growth is important. It helps to begin sealing the wound without the use of wound paste. And that prevents pathogens from getting into the bonsai. The way the wound closes removes some of that unsightly appearance. For smaller wounds, they may get healed quickly and the problem is gone in that first spring. The larger wounds will take several years. In spring, it obviously grows quicker. That growth covering the wound and scar quickly. That's one of the major reasons to do so. Further to the mentioned benefits, there are several others. The biggest is ramification and buds. The branches at the end of winter should show where leaf and flower buds are. They will also show if there is damage such as dieback from frost. You can see which branches already need to be pruned. That lets you choose which branches to cut now if they are big, those big branches being a problem. They are a challenge to remove normally, as they cause the tree to suddenly grow quickly to compensate for the loss. It's like if you were injured and scar tissue builds up quickly. In humans, this is removed or consolidated. In bonsai, the new growth is just added. The cutting in winter mitigates some of this. Some is being key here. The growth that does happen is what you want, as it helps with ramification. Your bonsai, as it grows back, divides into two at each cut, and you get better results. More density of foliage, and theoretically more buds for either flowers or leaves. The ramification is possible from those buds that you can see at the end of winter, because they're just about to open up come the spring. You also cut off the ones you don't want, thereby redirecting all the energy that would go into those buds into others. This is why you prune in winter, partly for the practicality of being able to see and find what you want to cut. The other is how the bonsai recovers from that pruning and then responds to it in turn. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it interesting, consider liking, sharing and subscribing. Please do post any comments, questions or suggestions you have below.